Hello viewers, welcome back to our channel Passionate About Physics. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe it. So in this present video lecture, I am going to explain you Biot-Savart law. What is Biot-Savart law and what is the use of Biot-Savart law? That is what we are going to see in this lecture. So before we start this, first let us try to know the main cause for the production of magnetic field. So how do we produce the magnetic field? The main cause is due to permanent magnets. B. Magnetic field is established due to permanent magnets, as well as, according to the discovery of Ørsted, magnetic field can also be established by current carrying conductors. So if current carrying conductors are producing magnetic field, how much is that? That is what we can measure using this Biot-Savart law. Actually, in magnetics, we can measure the magnetic field which was produced by current carrying conductors in two ways. One is by using Biot-Savart law and the other one is by using Ampere's law. So we will see Ampere's law in the next lecture. But as of now, let us confine to Biot-Savart law and how it is useful to find out the magnetic field produced at a point nearby the current carrying wire or conductor. So see this picture. This is a current carrying wire through which I current is flowing. And remember, this is a steady current which is time independent current. This is also called as stationary current, which means that the electrons are not accelerating, they are just moving without any acceleration, because electron flow is nothing but the current flow. So I current is flowing through this, and out of this wire, if I consider a small length element dl, and from that dl length element at a distance of small r, a point P is located, and our aim here is to find out the magnetic field at this point P, which is located at small r distance from length element dl, and r cap is the unit vector directed from length element dl to the point P. And angle theta here is the angle between this length element dl and the unit vector r cap, which is directed from dl to p. And according to Biot-Savart law, the experimental observations for the magnetic field present at point P due to the small element dl is considered as dB, which is a vector quantity, and it was observed that the magnetic field dB at point P, the magnitude of this magnetic field dB which is denoted with modulus of dB, is found to be proportional to the current flowing through this wire, and the magnitude of the magnetic field dB is also found to be proportional to the magnitude of this length element dl, which is dl. dl is magnitude of length element dl. And this was also observed that the magnitude of this magnetic field dB at point P due to this element dl is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the length element and the point where we are finding the magnetic field. And also the magnitude of this magnetic field at P is found to be proportional to sine of angle between this length element dl and unit vector directed from length element to the point. If we combine all these 4 points regarding magnitude of the magnetic field dB at point P due to a small length element dl bar, we can arrive at a formula dB, the magnitude would be proportional to IDL sin theta by r square. IDL sin theta by r square. If you remove this proportionality constant, then the magnitude of this magnetic field at point P would be mu naught by 4 pi IDL sin theta by r square, where mu naught by 4 pi is equal to 10 power minus 7 Tesla meter per ampere. So this is the magnitude of the magnetic field produced at this point P due to a small element dl from this current carrying conductor. Now if this is the magnitude, then what about its direction? The direction of this magnetic field produced at this point P would be dB is perpendicular to this dl element as well as this perpendicular to the unit vector directed from dl to P, which means that the magnetic field at this point P is proportional to dl and r cap both. So this is why we say that dB, the direction, is in the direction of dl cross r. It is in the direction of dl bar cross r cap, the direction at this point. So we have seen what is the magnitude of the magnetic field produced due to the small element dl at this point, which is this. And if you see the direction of this magnetic field produced at this point, this is in the direction of dl cross r cap. dl cross r cap. So keeping these two in mind, we can write a new formula in the form of vector product for the magnetic field at this point P. That would be mu naught by 4 pi I dl cross r cap by r square. So this is the formula for the magnetic field produced at this point P due to this small element dl. If you expand this cross product, you will end up with the similar formula which was written earlier. It will be mu naught by 4 pi I dl sin theta by r square into some r cap, you can say, some in some direction, you can say n cap, where n cap represents the direction of the magnetic field, which is in the direction of dl cross r, but it is perpendicular to dl as well as perpendicular to r cap. So this is the magnitude of the magnetic field at this point P, and this is the direction, and that direction is perpendicular to dl as well as unit vector r cap, but in the direction of dl cross r. So in addition to these things, we can also make a note of some points which are very, very important out of these formulas. The first formula would be based on, first point would be based on the magnitude of the magnetic field present at this point P. So how does the magnitude of this magnetic field would change? So if you observe this, the magnitude of this magnetic field is simply this I dl sin theta by r square. If this is the magnitude, then the magnetic field would vanish if theta equal to 0 or theta equal to 180 degrees. What is theta? Theta is the angle between length element dl and unit vector r cap. So if that theta is either 0 or 180 degrees, the magnitude of the magnetic field would become 0 at the point P. And the magnitude would become maximum, which is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl by r square for theta equal to 90 degrees. This is the maximum magnetic field produced by this length element dl if the angle between length element dl and unit vector r cap is equal to 90 degrees. So these are the points which we should remember regarding magnitude of the magnetic field. So if you see this, for example, if theta equal to 0 or theta equal to 180 degrees, the magnetic field is vanishing. What is the meaning of it? If theta is 0, what happens? That P is in the direction of dl. That means the P is present on the length element itself, whether it is 0 or 180 degrees. In that case, if P is on this line itself, then the magnetic field on that line would become 0. If that P is exactly perpendicular to this length element, for example, if this theta is making some 90 degrees, then in that case, it would be maximum. dB would be maximum. This you have to understand from this. And one more important thing regarding direction, the another point that we should make is, if you see this expression, which is the formula for magnetic field, dB is in the direction of dl cross r. We can write like this, dB in the direction of dl cross r, and dB is perpendicular to dl and dB is perpendicular to r cap. This we have already discussed. And how to predict the direction basically. So for that, I will make use of one small picture to make you understand the direction of the magnetic field. due to a small length. For example, consider a length element dl in which some current I is flowing through it. It's a current carrying conductor. Small element is considered. And if I want to predict the direction of the magnetic field produced by this, as we know, the magnitude is vanished everywhere at these points because this point is on the line of this length element which is parallel to this length element, theta equal to 0 or 180 degrees case, and dB would be 0 on this line everywhere on these points. Now to the left of this conductor, to predict the magnetic field direction, make use of your right hand like this. Your thumb representing the magnetic current direction, and the fingers, these 4 fingers represent the magnetic field direction. If you see on the right side of this element, the fingers are coming out of this board and they are entering this board on the right side. This is left side. For example, if I see from this side, this is left of this element, this is right of this element, and from the left side they are coming out, and on the right side they are entering. So this is why the magnetic field direction on this side would be outwards. The dB is outwards, and here the magnetic field direction would be inwards. Towards the left of this current element, this magnetic field direction is outwards, and on the right side of this current element, the magnetic field is inwards. And on the line, in the plane of this line, current element or length element, on every point, at every point, the magnetic field would vanish. There is no magnetic field on these points, because in that case the angle between dl and r cap would become 0 or 180 degrees. And this is the magnetic field produced by a small element considered from a current carrying wire. Actually, this is r cap and this is r, this is theta, some I is flowing. If this is the magnetic field produced by small element at this point P, then if I want the magnetic field produced by this entire current carrying conductor at this point P, I just have to integrate this equation, which means that the magnetic fields produced, it is the vector sum of magnetic fields produced by every current element, every dl element, length element. So which means that I can write the total magnetic field produced due to this current carrying wire would be B equal to integral dB, which would be equal to integral mu naught I by 4 pi dl cross r cap by r square. So this is the magnetic field produced by the current carrying wire, the entire wire. This is how we make use of Biot-Savart law to find out the magnitude of the magnetic field at a point P, and we make use of this right hand thumb rule to find out the direction of that magnetic field produced by the current carrying wire. Hope you have understood. Thank you for watching this.